Are you a woman who runs the world but know you need a little support too? Listen up. Through coaching clients and pursuing my own health and ambitions, I found getting to a goal takes more than just willpower. It takes a mindset restart and learning how to adjust and not quit. In this podcast, you'll hear from women out there leading the way in momentum, and I'll be sharing impactful mindset strategies to help you get out of your own way. Whether you're on a health journey, starting your life after a big change, or trying to keep up momentum towards your passion project with all the ups and downs, this is for you. It's time to decrease the things that hold you back and increase the things that move you forward towards a life that you want. I'm Amber Biebelheimer, and this is the Momentum Restart Podcast. Welcome to Momentum Restart Podcast. I'm your coach, Amber B. Today we're talking about pulls. I promised you last week on the episode, if you haven't heard it yet, go back and listen. It was so powerful. I gave you 4 questions to ask yourself when you're feeling stuck in doubt or stuck in the fear of failure and you're feeling stuck and can't move forward. I promise you these questions are going to lift that weight off and give you so much relief. And one thing I mentioned was the 4th question had to do with pulls, P-U-L-L-S, pulls. Because truly, as we say in the Momentum Restart Accelerator, the power of success lies between the push and the pull. You know the push, that get up and go, that determination, that motivation, that discipline, that willpower that you have it. That's why you're listening to this podcast. You have that. You have that push. We also know we're humans behind a business. We're not robots running a business. We are humans. And sometimes our energy runs out. Sometimes we don't want to do the things. I love the question at the end of every episode. It's so fun to hear everybody's different response and how none of them have been the same. Not just what is your favorite Starbucks drink, but also how do you show up on the days you don't want to? And it's been so fun to hear different ways that people show up. And a lot of times it really is a pull. It's a pull, helping you pull you forward. That's setting up things in your life, setting up your schedule, your routines, your life, so that you're just naturally pulled forward and don't have to always muster up the willpower to get things done. So when I was recording last week's episode and noticed I did not have an episode on all 3 years of this podcast or 2 years of this podcast, none of them are about polls. You need to know about polls. And so last year I did a free workshop all about polls. So I'm going to share portions of that with you today to help you learn how to show up on the days you don't want to, how to make sure you're following through on those important, hard things, because those are the things that are going to grow you. Those are the things that are going to grow your business, grow your mindset, grow your health, grow your family, all the things. It's going to help you move forward. It's going to help you decrease the things that hold you back, increase the things that move you forward. So here it is, last year's workshop on pulls. I hope you enjoy. So it's that one thing that keeps finding its way on the to-do list, but never gets checked off. It's that one thing that is nagging you because you know if you could just do this thing, it would be a game changer. And I hear so much, I know what to do. I just have to do it. So if you're saying that, that's what I want you to put in here. And I'll give you some ideas. I hear these things a lot. Writing content. I hear that one a lot for your business. I just have to sit down and plan my content, but I don't have time. Maybe it's closing your laptop at the time that you said you would when your kids come home from school or when it's time to go get your workout in. Maybe it's making reels. That's a big one for me. If that's important to your business. Maybe it's going to, now that we can, connecting in person with people, networking, expanding your network. That's scary. Maybe that's the big thing that's on your list that you keep pushing back. Maybe it's time for yourself. Maybe it's just knowing that you carve out the morning to read or journal or meditate or whatever it is that lights you up. Maybe it's water, workouts, being consistent. Maybe it's learning that new skill. TikTok is on my list. That's been on my list for a while to learn for my business. Maybe it's creating a lead magnet or whatever this new skill is that you know is going to help you next level your business and your life. And this is a big one. I hear this one a lot, and I can relate. Updating your financials for your business. This is a big one too, that we all, if you're dreamers like me, we're all vision, but we sometimes forget about those little important things that are going to help make us profitable. Thank you for popping these in here. And I love all of these. We're going to make sure that you find a way to move forward in every one of these today. So if you don't know me, my name is Amber Biebelheimer. My clients call me Coach Amber B. And I am the creator of the Momentum Restart Method and the host of Momentum Restart Podcast and a productivity coach, really on a mission to help see you thrive in your business while loving your life at the same time, loving every minute of your schedule and your day. And I also have an extensive background in so many different areas. And I think this is really important to mention that, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I have experience owning multiple businesses over the last 20 years, managing multiple businesses, from education to music business to health and fitness to real estate, property management. I've even supported major corporations in selling their companies. And the reason why that's important to know is that you do not have to be just one thing. Your life is not set in stone. You can evolve. Everything you are going through right now and everything leading up to this moment has prepared you for your next big step. And I think it's important to know this because ultimately, which I'm going to explain to you later, my ultimate pull in supporting you, knowing your business and how your business works is my business. I'm also a mom, a musician, Minnesotan, and a lover of all MAC lipsticks. Today is one of my favorites. And we're going to jump in and get started with you guys here. We're going to take 25 minutes to completely change the outcome of your entire week. Here's what this is going to look like. I'm going to share with you exactly what a productivity pull is, how pulls can help you kick burnout to the curb, whether you are currently burnt out or on the road to it. And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of pulls. I have a freebie for you in a little bit, so stick around, that you can try right away to check that big thing off your list. That strength of consistency is the balance between push and pull. Strength of consistency is the balance between push and pull. Consistency is so important. We hear this word over and over again. There's another quote that I love, that consistency is better than perfection. And it's been shown that to be consistent means to be successful. We don't have to show up perfect in what we're doing. We just have to be consistent. But it's really hard to stay consistent all the time, right? We're tired. We have a lot of things going on in our lives. And to constantly push and to never give ourselves support, that's what leads us to burnout. But we're here to change that. Studies have actually shown, there was a scientist at the University of Toronto showed that willpower is depleted by self-control over time. So every one of you here has enormous willpower. You are women who run the world. You show up each day to your life and you have so much to give and you have so much self-discipline and so much willpower. Still, we are human. And with everything we have to do each day, over time, that constant self-control has shown that it decreases activity in the part of our brain that we use for cognition. Basically, this means we get tired and we can't control ourselves all the time. If you have kids, maybe you've experienced this. I know I have, where you start the day, this can be a great day at home with the kids. And at the end of the day, I snap at them because we only have a limited capacity to have that willpower. We're tired, but we keep pushing. We keep showing up because we have big things to do. Now, the flip side, to add a pull to this, which I'm going to teach you how in a minute, studies have also shown, there was a study done at Dartmouth College about how women who find motivation from internal rewards, things that make you happy, are able to show more self-discipline, more self-control than people pleasers, than those who are saying, I'm going to do this for this person because this person told me to. And instead, because of knowing what that internal reward is, or a little bit of dopamine, ultimately, it can be fun. We're going to add more fun to our work days. It doesn't have to be push, push, push. Here is a definition of a pull. A pull is a simple, enjoyable, easily repeatable thing that you use in your schedule that makes you want to follow through. It makes you want to get up and do the thing because you're just so excited. A pull pulls you towards action instead of you always having to push to make it happen. You have a list of things to do. You have things you want to get done today. You probably have a workout on your calendar or a meal you want to make, someone you need to call, and you're pushing. But what if we were able to put a pull in place where instead of saying, I know what I need to do, I just have to do it. And now we are able to say, oh, I can't wait to do this thing because you've set it up in this way that pulls you forward and makes you want to take action. So some of my favorite are right on this page here. Listening to a podcast while you walk. I love listening to podcasts. Love listening to podcasts. And I love popping one on and taking my 15-minute loop around my neighborhood a couple times a day. All of a sudden, I've got my 10,000 steps in. I love putting on makeup. This maybe isn't for everybody. Some people do, some people don't, but it's something I love. That's why I want you to think about what you love here. I love putting on makeup. And when I put my makeup on, I listen to my affirmations. Affirmations are so powerful. It's a big part of what I do, but I don't have time to add it to my list. I don't have time to sit there and listen to affirmations. And it probably will never happen if it's just on my list. So instead, I have them on my app, on my phone. I push play while I'm putting my makeup on in the morning, and I leave the room feeling so ready and so powerful. And I know a client on the call today, I love this pull from her. She has a bougie glass that she uses at the end of the day to pour her probiotic soda in to claim that she is done for work at the end of the day. So having something fun that pulls you forward actually gets the job done. Clients say it's like a bougie bribe to get it done. And I love this quote, so I had to put it in there. So we're going to make your pulls. And when I create pulls with my clients on our calls, it's a long process and we're going to do a shortened version today because pulls are super personal. In order to make sure that they work, they have to be very detailed into what we have a worksheet here that we go through. We do a formula. We work through everything together to figure out what's your motivation style, what keeps you accountable, because everybody's different, what makes you happy, all these different things to create a really personable pull for you. But today, to keep things simple, I'm going to give you one tip from this formula to help you start implementing it right now. And then I have a freebie for you to help you start brainstorming. And the first question is really simple. What are 5 things that make you happy? I love this question because it's so simple, but when I ask it, it's often hard for people to answer. It's hard for us to remember what we love outside of work. It's hard for us to remember if you're a mom. Once my kids started growing up, I remembered I have a 6-year-old and 8-year-old almost. And once they were 2, I remember looking up and thinking, what do I even like anymore? I don't remember. So this is such a powerful question to stop and ask ourselves, what makes me happy again? And this can be little things from listening to music, being in nature, going on a date with your girlfriends, whatever it is. What are those little things that make you happy? Write down those 5 things. I'd love to hear them in the chat too, because we're going to work and pair these together. So first, it's finding what makes you happy. And then finding the ones that are simple, repeatable, enjoyable. And now we're going to go back to that one thing on your list that needs to get done. That game-changing task, the one that is really important, but maybe not urgent. And then we're going to try on a pull. I love this collage. This here represents all of the pulls, and there's probably more. These are all the pulls that I've heard from my clients over the last year that they have set into place in their life that has allowed them to be consistent and see incredible growth in their business and their life. A few of these. I have a client who is scheduling her favorite calls early in the morning to help encourage her to have a good sleep schedule, knowing, oh, I get to talk to this person in the morning. I'm going to go to bed. I love this one. I recently heard a client say she gets her hair blown out once a month, which encourages her to record reels for the day. I love that. So bougie, so fun. I had a client who said, I just want time to read in the morning again. I'm not reading. I'm not doing the things I love. So together we worked through making a cozy reading nook to help her start her day quietly that pulled her to want to go there. A client is, I check my business finances each month while getting a pedicure. This one was really fun to me. She's going to get a pedicure anyways. It's something she already did that was on her list, her routine. So we said, why not add the thing you hate the most to the thing you love the most? And now it's going to get done. They don't have to cost money. You can make it fancy with no cost at all. So a client says she works at a coffee shop on Thursdays to get her own content done, her own creative stuff done. I meet a friend every Sunday for a walk, knowing I need to get my walk in, my movement on the weekend. Someone sets a timer to get order to her house every morning. And I love this. She's still doing it today, a year later. Imagine how orderly your house would feel, how great you would feel in your day if you did that every single day for 20 minutes. It's amazing. Another client started working at a co-working space and just has that time for herself to get her creative stuff done. There's so many things you can do. And I have a huge list for you of pulls. And we're going to pause right here and take a quick break because I want you to grab your phone and I want you to go on Instagram and DM me the word pull, Pull, to Coach Amber B on Instagram. And after this, I will send you this updated list of pulls. And it's going to include pulls to help you with your self-care, your CEO self-care. It's going to help you with your business, getting those big tasks done and taking care of yourself. So while you are DMing me the word pull at Coach Amber B on Instagram, I'm going to jump ahead to my next quote. I love this quote. And then pretty soon we're going to be working through all of these big game-changing tasks for you. The path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it, the courage to get onto it, and the perseverance to follow it. I love this quote so much. You are dreamers and you are doers. You're here today because you are a doer, because you have big things that you want to see done in your life. You have this vision and you have so much courage to get to it. You also have perseverance and consistency. And adding these pulls are going to help you ignite that perseverance next level. Thank you for listening to this episode of Momentum Restart Podcast. I would love to hear what you think about it. What were your takeaways? What action steps do you now want to take? DM me on Instagram at Coach Amber B and let's keep this conversation going. I promise I respond to every message I get. Talk with you soon.